that this is where they got confused. They got the sharecropping confused with slavery. They combine that. They don't know that's two different things.
Yep. That's why we didn't buy our land back, because they showed slavery and farming together and sharecropping 24/7 to the point we didn't want no damn farm because we don't want to be no slave.
Right. And
Now
that's
that's
what it
why they
was.
brought
It was
roots
a
out.
sharecropping. It wasn't slavery. It was sharecropping.
Sharecropping. That's why they brought roots out. They showed us that shit every motherfucking day for years, trying to make us believe that shit. They don't show it no more, do they? They don't show them slavery movies like that no more because them people is dead now. Great grandma and them that believe that shit, the ones that did believe, those are the people that's in church that's judging you but sucking and fucking on the preacher. And I'm a preacher's daughter, so I know for a fact those black women in those churches are the reason why this community fucked up, because they needed those women to put that shit and push that into the fucking community, and they took the men out and locked them up so that they can do it. They took grandma off the porch. That's why the community fucked up, and they shot up the motherfucking neighborhood.
Whoa.
Right. And
Yeah,
so here's
let's
the
keep it
thing.
100. Let's keep it 100. And y'all really believe this shit. And now that we are healing our community by having these panels, this is our therapy. We ain't got $8,000 to go pay a white motherfucker to sit there and act like they understand and read out of a book and say, yes, and how do you feel? I don't have to do that with the people on this panel because they know how the fuck I feel. Y'all Africans, Haitians, only thing y'all know is Martin Luther King. That's the only thing y'all know.
Let me tell you something. We had 2 Africans on here yesterday, day before yesterday, that was on my live. They got on camera. They stayed for a little minute. They stayed for about 2-3 hours. And when I tell you, they couldn't really tell us nothing. They couldn't tell us nothing.
They can't tell you nothing about
they
they shit.
they can't even tell you nothing about them.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. But y'all
They
really
can't even get
believe
back to their great grandmamas and all that. They can't tell you nothing about themselves. They
And
didn't
like you
have
said,
one story of no family member talking
Yep.
about they didn't got taken on a
Yep.
boat. They never heard stories
Yep.
like that. They had nothing to say.
And where's all the DNA of us going back to find our family? I ain't seen not one black American say this my granddaddy, this my
Yeah.
great uncle. The DNA said the same people that gave you that shit is the same people that gave you that fucking Bible.
Come on now. Come
And
on.
now y'all over here with fake churches touching. Oh my God, you need to go to Jesus. I can't believe this here. God wants you to be here. Oh my God, come down. Oh my God, I need you to do this for me. Jesus, 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 Jesus. The fuck out of here. Y'all trying
And
to
look,
sing our
I'm finna
church
say this
song.
real quick. I'm finna say this real quick. For you Spaniards or whatever you want to call yourselves,
They claim
fuck
they
out this
Mexicans,
shit. This
but
the
they really
wrong shit
Spaniards.
for you. And I'm gonna tell you how powerful black Americans are, because the moment that we somewhere talking about us, man,
Yep, here
you
they come.
motherfuckers be in a frenzy.
Don't they?
Y'all be
They
in a
get so
frenzy because you
upset.
motherfuckers really know who we are in your heart, you know.
In your
You
heart.
know. You
In your
motherfuckers
balls.
know for real.
In your balls. When it
Come
comes to
on now.
Africa, we skin folk. We not kin folk. We
Come
have
on.
different
So
phenotypes.
y'all can take that other
We going
bullshit to
back to
somebody else's life.
Africa. We going back to Africa.
Yeah, and then let's get on the islanders. Let's be clear, y'all. The black Americans are the only black people on this planet that go to every fucking continent and country, pay their tithes, pay money, put on your fucking clothes, eat your nasty ass food, and dance with you. Praise your grandma. Ask her to show us where the roots at, where the motherfucking medicine at, what healed y'all, and then we take that shit off and get the fuck back home to our people. Y'all come over here, you don't send back, and when you do send back, all the Africans in America, all the Haitians and Jamaicans in America, why the fuck your country not healed? Cause we give y'all money when we go over there. Now y'all stealing, taking shit out. Y'all poisoning us now. We ain't going back to fucking Jamaica. We gave you the fucking Olympics. That's it. Haiti too. Y'all stood up there and praised Kai and I. Look at his gay looking pink lip ass. Wyclef.
Ooh,
All
hold
y'all
on. You
asses
can't say
fake.
that word on here. Hold on.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry,
watching that.
Zesty.
Watching that.
Zesty, sorry. His zesty ass, cause he pictures with Puff Daddy, Burner Boy, pictures with Puff. Y'all zesty as hell.
So,
This is why y'all
okay,
need.
F1 in the chat. I appreciate you, Demi, but hold on. Let me backtrack. Let me I appreciate you. So what I was getting to, you know what I'm saying, was this paper genocide. Appreciate y'all for the F1 in the chat. This paper genocide, okay? Because a lot of people don't understand that the U.S. Census erased black indigenous identity. That's one, right? You can go and find this
There
in
were
17.
no black people over here. You are wrong. Black people came from Africa like white people came
Man,
from
get
Europe.
your Lee. I knew it was something when I heard that motherfucker voice. I would wait. Nigga, get your
No teeth
man.
in his
Listen,
mouth.
this
You
the
mother
wrong
black
line for this.
people over here.
Hold on. Let me find this motherfucker in the comments so I can block him. Don't have time for it. Don't have
White
time for it.
people came from the
I like
mountains.
to give my lectures and I let people, I'm gonna let everybody talk, but hold on. I don't know what y'all do on them other lives,
Get
but
them,
this ain't
girl.
that,
Get them,
baby.
girl. Get them, girl.
This ain't that. People love my lives for a reason. Please go check out my lives. I even post them on my page and everything. We're not gonna do that one.
He ain't even had no teeth in his mouth, Bubba. We ain't talking to you.
We're not gonna do that one. Okay, so what I was saying was, there was multiple U.S. government documents that can show you the different census, right? And most of all of them are going to say reclassifying all dark, right, or dark looking Indians as Negro or colored. This happened in the 1790s. It happened in the 1830s. It happened in the 1850s. It happened in the 1900s, even in the 1960s, right? So that your ancestry can disappear on paper because they know indigenous black identity was going to interfere with their land theft. All that doctrine of discovery, all these different land treaties and whatnot, everything else, it was nothing but land thefts. And if black families were actually recognized as your tribal self, you would have legal rights to your land, the trust, right? You will be entitled to certain things via those treaties. They know this. So the whole thing, the government needed black people to be foreign, so you could never want to legally say, this is my land. Therefore, if you foreign to somewhere, you have no land here. All you have is a slave heritage. That's my thing. Black people are so quick to fucking claim this slave heritage. Y'all gotta get that shit up. I ain't never seen no group of people that want to fight to be bottom of the barrel ass type of people. You ain't got they want you to have no origin story. Ain't nothing good about you. All y'all know is we were slaves and we won shit. And that's what y'all want to tie yourselves to. Even Hollywood, that's the reason why I got the movie Roots up here, participated in this shit when it came out in the 70s. To give black people some type of proud story, some type of something to take pride in. Direct the black identity away from your indigenous land claims to reinforce that slave fucking origin and that narrative, and y'all fell for the shit. It is nothing but psychological work. Indigenous erasure was a global thing, y'all. It was a global strategy. It was a global strategy. Colonizers erased the indigenous black groups everywhere else, also in other places. But that's why I said, if you really go digging everywhere that you go, those indigenous tribes that still live off the land over in Thailand and Russia and all these different places, they're black people. They're melanated people.
Australia.
But when they advertise Thailand to you, you're going to only see them pale-skinned people. They'll never show you the indigenous melanated people that are over there living off the natural land.
Australia too.
Australia too. So paper genocide was a real documented government practice that erased the memory, that erased the culture, that erased the land ties. Okay?
I'll be back, sis. I'll be back.
All right, Florida.
I feel like it's 2025, and I feel like anybody who still, you can even look into the Great Fires. That's where all our records went. Like, why are there 50 Great Fires in America in the same 10 years in all the major cities?
Yeah.
They were burning our records. They were burning everything that was ours.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and the stuff that they didn't quote unquote burn or whatever is under the Vatican.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, the Vatican had been already
I
said
even heard that
that.
it's 10, 15, 20, 30 feet down in the Vaticans.
Yeah, and then I heard them having like the Indian Affair Bureau. I forgot which state it is. It's in one of them hick states that you would never think of, that they got a whole underground setup where the records are. Yeah, and then they just tell us that we don't know where we come from. But the kicker is that they basically lie on all fronts. They know that there's archaeological and anthropological evidence that debunks their creation stories in their religions or whatever, especially Abrahamic religions. Most of the archaeologists and anthropologists that uncover certain findings or whatever, they don't be wanting to give up the real information because it debunks their, like, our existence debunks their creation stories. And then when people be popping this whole DNA bullshit, they don't understand that like how the way that they test genetics is flawed from the beginning. There's like a 11-step chromosomal difference between the continental African and the misnomered African American. So yeah, they lump us together, say that we come from these African countries in the DNA testing because it's based on the similarity of eye color, hair color, and skin pigmentation.
I got
But
you.
the,
So hold on just a second, y'all. So Sean, I'll tell you what. If you want to come up here and say anything is false, I'm gonna tell you how I do it over here. If you want to debunk anything, come on. You can come up here, sweetie. You can come on here and speak your truth and give sources. That's fine. But you're not gonna come on this platform and just simply say that we African, baby, because you're not gonna do. Because I guarantee deep down somewhere inside of you, you don't even know why you think that you're African. You just know that you were told it. That's it. That's all. You have no real. And then this is the thing here. When I talk about paper genocide, right? For one, African Americans, if that's what you want to call yourself, a lot of y'all are not African enough to go over there and have African rights, right? A lot of y'all are not native enough to have native rights. Basically, what the U.S. government has told you, you're not native enough to have native rights. You're not white enough to have white rights, but they'll let you call yourself colored, black, and a Negro, which means that they can deny you land, property, everything else because you have no ties to no origin or no land. That's what's going on. They don't want you to tie yourselves to anything. And the whole time you go over there to Africa, you can't damn near get African rights because they know you're not African for real. You are not African. Most of us are not African.
but under the law, you have the right to self determination. People just don't want to do the work to be self determining.
Ooh, back when I tell you these people up under some real magic, when I tell you these folks did some magic on y'all asses, they didn't even have to train your ass no more if you was trained, because now they got you so fucked up mentally. It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of y'all so from Africa, but if you so from Africa, take you and your damn physical body and go to fuck to Africa. Why are you still here? Take your ass over there. Go to Africa. A lot of y'all are
Yeah,
mentally Africa and ain't never stepped foot over there. Don't know shit about it. Stop it. I don't care where you
greetings,
been.
house.
I had two Africans over here yesterday that told us that hell, they couldn't tell you shit about us. They couldn't tell you nothing about themselves. They don't even know for real.
Yeah, greetings, house. I was at work. Let me just slide this and to support what you guys are doing. From Africa, specifically from Central Africa. I used to rebuttal, like put up a guard when I
Man,
first of all
Shakita,
came
take that shit
into.
on over there and take your ass to Africa, girl. I don't want to hear this shit. You got a whole indigenous name with the Kita. Taquan,
So I,
Shaquita, all that. Take that shit over there, baby. You ain't talking about nothing.
so I used
Go
to
ahead,
resist.
Bansu. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I used to resist this information when I first came across it. I used to see it like, is it like they hate themselves? They want to be too close to the white, or what is going on? So, but I started doing my research and I started try to find out what really happened. And I came
Only one
across a
ignorant is
brother.
y'all because you ain't got no source. Only one ignorant
Yeah,
is y'all because you ain't got no source. You can't give us no sources, baby. Deep down inside, can't none of y'all come up here and say shit or why you from Africa. Other than what we was told we was from Africa. By who? Exactly. Shut this shit up. Exactly. Man, y'all ain't on nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
so
Bensu. I'm not trying to cut you off, my guy. Go ahead.
yeah. So I want to tell them in the comment section who are trying to I don't know, try to refuse the message from the truth from coming out. That's how I would say it. They are trying to prevent the truth of what happened from coming out. So when I myself, I was in their shoes too before, like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So but when I came across a brother from South Africa, he really opened my eyes to know the reality of what really happened, especially in the continent of what you call Africa. And even that name Africa is not the name of that continent. So he made me to understand that there are so many tribes in Africa who are originally not from Africa, who came originally from the Americas. Even the food, a lot of the food in Africa came from America originally, like corn, like yam,
Let them
even
know.
horses,
Goat food, all that. Goat food, everything else. Yes.
and camel, all originally came from the Americas. So this brother really made me to understand. He named some of the tribes. The Zulus originally came from the Americas. The Yorubas and the Igbos, even the king right now, I have a video of the king of the Yoruba confirming that they came from a rainforest area, from in a jungle, like in a rainforest area, and they move anti-clockwise to the east, where they settled in new lands. They with the Igbos were one people. That's what the king of the Yoruba, but he will not going to make you understand, because they speak in a subliminal manner. Until you know this truth, then you will be able to understand why they are hiding part of the truth and only speak a little bit of it. A lot of tribes, the Fulanis, the Tutsis, the Dinkas, the tall ones, the very tall black ones in Sudan, all came from the Americas. Okay? A lot, even the Igbos, you realize a lot of the Rubodus come from Nigeria. It's because they don't want the truth to come out, because the truth will expose a lot of the lies in slavery. It will expose a lot. So even if there was slavery, it was just a little bit of percentage, not even up to anything. That was shaped by black people that came from the Americas into what you call Africa today. Even Egypt, that's not the original Egypt. Ancient Egypt is in the Americas.
Facts. Let them know.
And these things, they don't want people
lives
to...
on that too. Let them know. Go ahead, Bantu.
I'm from Africa. I'm telling you this. I'm from Africa. You can hear my accent. I don't speak American. I'm from Africa. So they don't want this truth to come out because it will expose a lot of things. And I just want to give you guys, I want to tell you guys to keep going on. Don't let your foot off that gas pedal. Keep going, keep going. Some of us that know the truth, we know the truth. Even a lot of the people that are ruling Africa, like you call them presidents, they are all descendants of those that came from the Americas, black skin, especially sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa, like where you find you usually get the grass, the vegetation growing. That's where they call sub-Saharan Africa. A lot of the tribes there, some of they hide themselves under Bantu, but they are not Bantu. They are not Bantu. A lot of them, they came from the Americas. So this notion of trying to box every black person in the same box, like saying that we are all the same. Black people are not the same. They are not even coming from the same creation story. They are not coming from the same creation story. That's the reality. Same as white people know that Western Europe is not the same with Eastern Europe. But this Pan-Africanism crap want to make black people to feel like every black skin that you see is the same with you. No, we are not the same.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. So the invasion happened in reverse. It was from the Americas that Negroid blacks went to the eastern side of the world and were conquering continent and even conquered the indigenous people of Africa. It wasn't easy when they came into Africa. They unalived, they did so many things. And this is why they don't want the truth to come out. This is why they don't want it to come out. Because people go deep to find, okay, when you guys came into Africa, what did you do? What did you do to the indigenous people? Same as the white people went to the Americas and did all what they did to the indigenous black people that they found in America. And brainwashed them to think that they came from Africa. No, you guys are right. You never came from Africa. You never came from Africa. And they know the truth.
And listen, Bantu, we appreciate that too. Hold on, I don't want to cut your wisdom because we got some questions for you. But that's what I'm trying to say too. How is it that melanated people are indigenous everywhere, to Africa, to America, to Australia, to everywhere? But you mean to tell me there were no melanated people in America at all? Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Exactly. So many of the millions of tribes in Africa are not originally from Africa. They came from America. Millions of tribes. You have even those in Senegal, the Oromos, even the modern Ethiopians, which is mixture between the Dinkas and the Europeans that gave birth to Ethiopians and Somalis. That's the creation of the Somalis. The Tutsis are also grandparents of the house that came from America. The Tutsis, the tall ones. That's the reality, and they don't want the truth to come out.
That's right.
The original people, the original, like when you know that the population of Africa is about 1 point something billion, trust me, the re-indigenous people of that continent is not up to 100 million. They are not up to 100 million. And they have been so oppressed by other black skinned people, and the black skinned ones came from the Americas.
Yeah.
And they are the one ruling as presidents.
But
They are the
see,
members of the Freemason, all those type of organizations. Yeah. All the president, all from north down to south, from east to west in Africa. Every last one of them that are ruling as president, and their clans, they all came from the Americas. My people, I'm from Cameroon. My people are going through hell in their hands, not by white people, but black skinned people. But because they have even brainwashed even the indigenous people that they found on that continent to think that every black person is the same. But trust me, our ancestors long time ago knew the difference. They knew the
yes,
difference.
they knew.
It's only
Yes,
through education down the line, that have brainwashed our people to think that when you see a Nigerian, he's one of you. When you see a Ghanaian, he's one of you. If you see somebody from maybe East Africa, Tanzania or Kenya, is one of you. No, the Afro-Asiatics are not from Africa. The Maasai are not from Africa. They came from the Americas.
that's right. And America is the land, the true land of milk and honey. America is the old world. America
Exactly.
is Egypt, like he said. That is very true.
Exactly.
And like I said, I don't bring up these topics just to be talking for the hell of it. Most of the times I've already done my due diligence, so I know. So you will never. Oh, go ahead. You talking to Bantu? Go ahead, Bantu. He said, "Who are the Egyptians?"
The Egyptians, you have you have a lot of that in East Africa. The Egyptians, the Nubians, a lot of them will be in East Africa, like the Afro-Asiatics. You found it in Sudan. You found it in Ethiopia. The Kikuyus also have some of those new Egyptians. Even in America, you have even Black Americans. Some Black Americans or Caribbeans or Brazilians are Egyptians. Yes, yes, exactly.
So that's funny you said that, because the other night my live was on. We were talking about Egyptians, we were talking about the Mayans, we were talking about the Olmecs, we were talking about the Aztec. Everything. If you go look into all these ancient civilizations, y'all, they all had the same cultural patterns. They all had the same cultural practices. They all had the same type of theology surrounding them. The mound building, the pyramids, right? The things that they did, the garments that they wore. And that is because I found, and this is just my personal opinion, and if anybody else wanted to, speak to it, even with the Hindu culture, yes, all of these ancient civilizations, I do believe that they're all really just the same people in different time periods. And this is the reason why the others, always keep us warm with who is who. We were this, we were that, we were this, we were that. When you look at all of them, they were in them. All this shit happened in America. It really, that's why I said the American Indians, they moved the same way as the Egyptians, with the feathers and the mound building and the pyramids. We all had the same cultural patterns, because this was a soul. We come from the same soul DNA. We come from the same lineage. It's really no real difference. That's why I'm saying the difference is, this is why they keep everybody fighting on who's who, what's what. When really, if you really go look into these ancient civilizations, it was nothing but just different names for the same shit.
And the
Same
people who
story.
built those civilizations, came from the Americas,
Yes.
especially the one in Egypt. Those
Yes.
pyramids in Egypt were uplifted, the parts, they brought the heads, all those things, they uplifted it from America because they
Yes.
wanted to
Look
switch the
into it.
names. They wanted to hide the people who are behind these civilizations, okay? The indigenous people of Africa are not part of any of those civilizations. The indigenous people of Africa are not part of any of those civilizations.
Yep. Hold on. Let me.
So
I'm about to
whenever
look at that. This shit is fake. This shit is fake. Come on now. A lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff that's over there in Africa, man, that shit was moved though. They trying to set the stage to replicate America. They trying to set the stage. That shit is not original over there. You can go look any of this stuff up. I got videos and everything. This shit is not original over there.
exactly,
Africa don't even have the water to cultivate like America does. You don't even have the water. Half of the crops or anything, all of that shit come from America, like he said.
exactly. So wherever you see any of these groups that left the Americas to Africa, even the name Africa came from descendants from people from America. The person who make that they took his name to create that name Africa, he was from America. He or she was from America. I've seen so many history on that in fact. So the original name of that continent is not even Africa. That's why I see even the brother from South Africa that is trying to bring out this truth will tell you that original Africa, that name original Africa, was even one of descendants of the people from America, and the name came from America. It's an original name from the Americas, not in this continent. So when you see so many of them rebuttal, try to resist or try to make you guys think like you're delusional or you're going insane of what you're saying, it's because they don't want this truth to come out. They know that you guys are right.
Hold on, Bantu. Here,
Like,
hold on, Bantu. I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I'm gonna tell you how psychologically indoctrinated some people are. Cause one S or whatever, Sean, Mario, whatever your name is, you here listening to an African, you still want to fight this shit. You still want to fight, bro. I'm sorry. I wish these white people would come and take that voodoo, hoodoo, whatever they got on your ass, so you wake the fuck up. Cause baby, you probably not from Africa for real. They got y'all heart set in Africa because you were taught that shit. You probably ain't never met a family member over there. You said you just came back from Africa. Who did you meet? Did you meet any of your relatives? You said that you came back to America. Why you didn't stay over there in the motherland then? Gone back to the motherland since you think that's the motherland. Like I said, I had two Africans on here just like Bantu is today, 2 days ago, that could not tell us anything. They didn't even know. Half all of this stuff that they were saying was in America. America is the true motherland. He said, what now? Well, I mean, the original Mexicans, let me tell y'all, if you go look at any, like I said, anywhere that you go, y'all, the indigenous people are black. They're melanated. That's one thing that we all got in common is melanated. We even got that in common with the Africans. We may not have the same phenotype, the same genetics. They may not be 9 ether. Yes.
That's even in their science, though.
so
What's the
so when
Chinese
black
girl that be going viral on here all the time? She out there in China. She a Chinese that's gonna tell you their indigenous tribes out there are melanated people.
So when indigenous black America do that DNA, and it tells you that you know how them the winner gets to write the history, right?
Thank
He's going to
you.
write the history that slavery happened, stuff like
Thank
that.
you.
Try to hide that the real history, which is it was people from the Americas that went to the east, invading other continents. So the reality is that when you do your DNA and your DNA says you are this Igbo, Yoruba from Nigeria, you are Akan from Ghana, you are this and that, it does not mean that you came from Africa. It means you are people who left the Americas about 4,000 years ago, who are mostly residing in West Africa, are living in this particular area called Nigeria today. It does not have anything to do with slavery. It has nothing to do with slavery. It's only telling you, yeah, they moved there and they settled.
Yeah, and
After they
that's what I
conquered the
consider
indigenous
too.
people, they settled.
I heard that a lot. I heard that a lot started in America, and they left and migrated and built in other places. You see what I'm saying? But everything started in America. America is the true old world, the motherland.
Yeah,
So
my my
that's the only
mitochondrial
message
DNA.
behind your DNA. That's the
My,
only message behind your DNA.
I was about to say my
And
mitochondrial DNA. They see that's one of the oldest.
hold on, Jay. Hold on, just a second. Go ahead, Empress. What were you saying?
I was saying when I took my 23andMe, my mitochondrial DNA, they said my strand is like one of the oldest, about 180,000 years old.
Mm.
Mine was ancient too.
Do you?
But my thing is this: if people are so conditioned to believe this slave trade narrative in 2025, can y'all make it make sense? That's my question because my people come from South Carolina. So I was doing a lot of research. And it said between 1804 and 1807, 75,000 Africans came from Africa to South Carolina alone. So that's 3 years. So can you explain that? How many boats is that? How much food is that? How much water is that? Like, y'all
Because it
can't
never
even make the
happened.
slave trade make sense, but y'all want to push that we come from Africa. How?
And
That's
you
250 boats. Where the boats at?
and you
How
want to
was they
know?
feeding all those people? How was they giving those people water? That's 3 years, 75,000 Africans. How?
And
and
you
and
want
the
to know what's
issue
so
and the
crazy?
story and the story that some Igbos went into the ocean because they never wanted to be slave. That is all lies. It is all lies. The Amina Castle in Ghana is all Hollywood structures, Hollywood theater. It's all lies. And if you see Igbo people riding with that narrative that some of our people refuse to be slave and they decide to drown themselves in the ocean, that is all fabricated lies to continue to hold on to that continent, whereas they came from the Americas. So the Igbos are also part of all this game. Trust me, a lot of these tribes in Africa, they know the truth. And they are playing and they have pushed the white man to be the fourth guy to take the blame. The white man is just a distraction to me. The people who did all this destruction are melanated black skinned people.
Yes,
Mm,
And some of them even still
fact.
control things behind the scene right now. They control things behind the scene.
That's a
And
mm,
they are
fact.
playing all this
That's a
game.
bar. And you know
mm.
what, Bantu? That's all. And Bantu, that's crazy that you say that because we were talking about that the other day.
Mama, I will leave now. I'm at
Any
work. I will leave now. Sorry, I will leave now. But I'll be listening in the comment section. Thank you so
okay,
much.
come back if you
Hmm.
need to. But and see, and wait a minute, hold on. I appreciate that so much that an African can get up here and tell the truth. Tell the truth. And that's the third one. Mind you, I had two on here the other day that couldn't really say nothing because they knew and said that we're not the same people. We have melanated, we're melanated, but we have completely different phenotypes. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like you said, it can be different strain, it can be marijuana, but different strands of the same of the marijuana.
Mhm.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I'm not understanding what's not clicking with a lot of our people. A lot of y'all did not come from Africa. Actually, the story was told in reverse.
Was in
America is
reverse.
where everything started and cultivated, even from the Egyptian culture to everything else, and they moved out and was building in other places.
Even
Exactly.
when the transatlantic slave trade was over, they didn't send Africans back to Africa. They sent us there.
Exactly. He just
He
said
telling
that.
the
He
truth. He
said that.
telling facts.
Yeah, when they
He ain't
formed
send no Africans
Liberia, they
there.
sent people from over here to Liberia. Liberian
Liberia,
flag looked just
everywhere.
like the American flag.
The Mexicans right now, they just the same as the Indians. The Mexicans, they came with the Indians.
Mm.
Joe, I mean, Joe, let me say something, baby. You can go and get it. This may be the wrong live. Y'all be thinking y'all coming in here talking to a bunch of weak ass indigenous people. We ain't going for none of this shit. You might well hop up out this live, baby. We're not going for none of that. And like I said, it's crazy that sometimes an African have to come up here and tell y'all what it is because they know. And like he said too, our grandmothers and they grandmamas knew that we want the same. They can look at each other and tell that, oh, that's not one of us. Even if you were melanated, they knew. They still do today. You know how many Africans I done came across that know that I'm genuinely not one of them? They know.
And they hate that. And they hate that because they know who we are as a people. We the first of everything. We the civilized everything. We the first. The mound beaters, the pyramid beaters, the Baron people, man. They hate them because this was the new world to them because they couldn't fathom the technology that we had. So it was a new world to them, but it was way old to us because we've been doing this stuff. We've been Tartarian, Atlantean, we've been everything.
It's
But
everything. That's what I keep saying.
World
I'm
fairs.
telling people that we
man,
are
we've been everything
everything.
but stupid, man. We've been civilized people.
Yes.